Welcome back to Below the Surface, and welcome back to the Deco Stop. Eric and I were invited to dive the Lionfish Invitational, so we loaded up the car and headed west to Texas. A dive that is sanctioned by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration that consists of a team of hunters and a team of scientists, all with the same goal: remove lionfish from the Flower Garden banks. 100 miles off the coast of Texas, the blue horizon stretches endlessly, dotted with only the occasional oil rig. Unlike most reefs that hug tropical coastlines, the Flower Garden banks stand alone in the open Gulf. Remote, wild, and pristine. These reefs hold some of the healthiest coral cover anywhere in the Caribbean. Giant star corals rise like underwater mountains. Brain corals sprawl like ancient fortresses. And sponges glow with neon hues against a deep blue backdrop. Here, life thrives. A hidden world rises from the depths. Ancient salt domes push the seafloor toward sunlight, creating one of the most extraordinary oases in the entire Gulf of Mexico. This is the Flower Garden Banks. A sanctuary of life, a coral paradise, and one of America's best kept secrets beneath the waves. A protected area where spearfishing is forbidden, but with our special permits, we have the honor to spear lionfish, all in the name of science.
That's your guess? 24. 18 and a half. I'll price 20.
The sanctuary consists of 17 reefs and banks that sit on the continental shelf. Salt domes created the mountains and ridges as seen evident while diving Stetson Bank, where it has been described as diving on the surface of the moon. Almost 200 million years ago, the Gulf was a lot shallower, and evaporation caused large amounts of salt to settle on the ocean floor, very much like how salt is mined in Bonaire. Over those millions of years, our geography has changed and different layers of varying sediment covered the massive layers of salt. Over time, the pressure changes caused the salt to swell, creating these massive mountains, ridges, and valleys. Today, the endless expanse of coral can only be described as tropical flower gardens. More than 300 species of fish call this place home. Schools of amberjacks flash by. Angelfish come close to see who you are or to check out the reflection in the camera. And hundreds hide in the reefs for protection, like this eel and the scorpionfish that is hiding behind him. And once a year, shortly after the August full moon, the corals synchronize, releasing clouds of eggs and sperm into the water. The Flower Garden Bank's great spawning. Ensuring this reef continues its cycle of life. The day before our trip was the main spawn, with millions of eggs being released. And in this clip, you see like 2 or 3 coming out. Designated as a National Marine Sanctuary in 1992 and expanded in 2021, they are a refuge for fish nurseries, pelagic giants, and countless marine species. And every diver who visits becomes a part of that story. Part of the effort to keep this underwater world alive. And for those who make the journey, the Flower Garden Banks feels like stepping back in time, to an age before coral bleaching, before overfishing, and before our reefs were under siege. A living reminder of what reefs once looked like, and what they still can be, if we protect them. If that isn't special enough, we are also diving a few oil rigs with the Texas Parks and Wildlife to monitor and track species as part of the Rigs-to-Reef program. Being that these rigs are in the open Gulf, seldomly with no other structure nearby, makes them a magnet for life. The Rigs-to-Reef program is an agreement between the petroleum companies and the Texas Parks and Wildlife to reef the platforms instead of the costly dismantling process that disrupts the life that already calls the rigs home. Once inspected, the platforms above the water is removed and taken to shore for recycling. The legs are then cut at 85 feet below the surface of the water to provide safe passages for vessels, and the top half is then lowered to the sea floor to become a secondary reef. Now, unlike the flower garden banks, these are not in protected areas, so all fishing and spearfishing is fair game. For divers, it's more than just a hunt. It's citizen science. Captured lionfish are measured, dissected, and studied, giving researchers a clear picture of how these invaders spread. And sometimes they even end up on our dinner table. Unlike popular belief, lionfish, despite their venomous spines, are very, very delicious. Firm, flaky, white meat with very little bones. Probably the best fish you'll ever eat. Don't take my word for it. Go out, spear yourself a couple lionfish, and try them out yourself. You won't be disappointed. If you've ever dreamt of diving the wild and the untamed, put the flower garden banks and the Texas oil rigs on your list. And for more adventures beneath the surface, subscribe to the Deco Stop and join me as we uncover more hidden wonders of our blue planet. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.